Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. Chris. So I'm going to be reading to you again another poem. This one is going to be fairly long and the title is Vultures. So as usual, I'd like to provide a context to this poem. So it's about political leaders in so many countries of the world, Africa, Europe, Asia, looking at how people relate with the masses. And usually when leaders lead, especially in some of the developing countries, one of the weapons is to make sure that the people are either uneducated, poor, or both. They keep them in poverty and they make them uneducated. And when you are not educated, it becomes very difficult to know what your rights are and to be easily manipulated. And when people are told what to do without them having the ability to question it or to even understand what is going on, they just do what they are not supposed to do. And that is why people go into bigotry, they go into things they are not supposed to do. They fight for politicians, they go and risk their lives to rig elections, and they do things that they are not supposed to do. So they put their lives at risk for social vices, things that are wrong, and things they are not supposed to be involved in. So, and the vultures at the end of the day are the people who benefit from all of this. So when people die, when people kill themselves, when things happen within the system, when the people are not united, people who are ready to just perch on the carcasses are the ones who benefit. And vultures, they love to stay where dead animals or dead bodies are because that's what they really love to do. And one thing you don't want to be or you don't want to do is to be a victim. You don't want to be a victim of these vultures because the more dead bodies, the more they get power, the more they empower themselves, and the more damage they do. So just listen to this poem. Again, I'd like to encourage you to not just listen to this poem, I want you to think about them line by line. Reason these things out and try to be a better version of yourself. Don't just put your life at risk for people who don't really care about you. But you need to think about yourself, think about your family, and think about what is best for society. And collectively, we can make our societies better. So the title of the poem is Vultures. They lie in wait for dead bodies. They rejoice at the sight of carcasses. The best environment for them is killing field. There they have their fill and satisfaction. Leaders are mindlessly stealing. The poor man is dying of hunger. The need for wealth redistribution and social justice is revolved. More poverty, more hunger, more dead bodies. There is conflict in the land. Brothers killing each other. Kinsmen and trusted allies become the biggest betrayers. Distrust and mistrust reign supreme. Disagreements turn bloody, and blood has become so cheap. The greatest beneficiaries are the vultures. They lie in wait for the massacre to occur. Brothers and sisters are pitted against each other. Religion, ethnicity, racism, and social status have become stronger weapons than ammunition. Diversity fails the test of unity. No more strength in diversity. Brotherly love is unattainable, a mirage. Ammunitions kill 1,000, but tribalism and intolerance kill 10,000. The people are poor and uneducated. Why is diversity so powerful? It is nothing without being energized by education and literacy. Anywhere you see the vultures, there must be dead bodies and vice versa. The vultures in power, VIP, feast on dead bodies of their victims to become stronger and more powerful. They steal money meant for everyone. The crumbs become the only source for the masses. To survive, people destroyed competitors. More dead bodies, more joy for the vultures. Interestingly, the vultures are united, but the people are divided. The more the division, the higher the likelihood of providing food for the vultures. To get rid of the vultures, the people must determine to live. The vultures are cowards, they dread living souls. Power must move from the vultures to the people by saying no more division, ethnic biases, religious bigotry, racism, and poverty. Stand up to the vultures and your deliverance is sure. So the poem is not more than that. But as I was saying, I'd like you to look at the poem over and over again, listen to it over and over again. You need to think about what you're doing with yourself, with your fellow human beings, what you're doing with colleagues, what you are doing in your everyday life. Do not just allow yourself to be one of the victims, as I mentioned earlier. Think about what you are doing with your life. Think about how you want to better your life. For the vultures, what they know how to do is to just look for dead bodies. They don't really care. For them, it's more energy, more strength, more power. So no matter, they don't really care how the dead bodies get there. All they want is, they want dead bodies and they want to feast. So look at this in different aspects. Look at it as per your life and what you want to bring out of yourself. So it's a matter of thinking properly. One of the lines in the poem talks about fueling hatred and fight and mistrust, distrust, and all of that. because the vulture would have to eat something. And when all of this happens, there's bound to be fight and themselves. So the only way you can free yourself is to look at the diversity in your nation, in your country. Look at the diversity and make it and use it as source of strength instead of something that will cause disunity. It's not enough to. It's not a good thing to tell people to leave their country for you because you feel that they are not one of your kind or they don't belong to your ethnic group or your race and things like that. So we are first of all human beings, and we need to see ourselves as such. So let us be united, and in unity you can demand from your leaders what you want them to be. And the thing is, when vultures are scared of living things, they just want dead animals. And when people stay together to say no more, we're not going to destroy ourselves anymore, we just want to stick together as one, then so much more can be achieved. And some of these people would, when they know that your rights, you can challenge them by saying, no, this is what I want, challenge the status quo. They are always scared of unity. And that is why there's always the cause division. And the way they do it, illiteracy and poverty. Choose not to be mentally poor. Choose not to be an illiterate. You need to develop yourself. And once you develop yourself, once you know what you're doing, then it becomes really difficult for these people to use you just anyhow. And this is really important. This is really important. Knowledge is power. So until I come to you again, my name is Dr. Presley. Think about these things. Make yourself better. Stay blessed. Bye.